Good morning, market snipers. Welcome back. This is Jesse getting started right at 9 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, right on the dot as usual. Woo! Crazy weekend. If you're new to the channel, awesome. Welcome. If you're returning, even better. Welcome back. Help me with the algorithms. Smash that like button, hit the repost button, just like this. Just like this. Let's go over here. Let's go to where we at? Where we at? Let's go home. Oh, there we go. Come over here, smash the like button, hit the repost button, and throw in a quick comment, emoji, anything helps the algorithm. I would appreciate that. And let's see. Let's go over here. Let's unpin this. Yep. And then let's pin the new one. There we go. Bada bing, bada boom. Yeah. Hope everyone had a good weekend. The daughter, here we go. The daughter, almost 17 months old now, had a fever on Saturday. So the two positives that came from that is me and the wife got to cuddle her pretty much all day. She, she's very cuddly. She was napping all day, and it was raining anyways. Friday, she's a wild animal. I don't know what came over her on Friday, but she had a lot of energy, hung out all afternoon and into the evening. And then, as predicted, I was like, she usually bounces back pretty quick. So lo and behold, Sunday, right before all the football games, getting ready to watch. I'm like, oh, maybe we'll be cuddling again and watching football. And then sure enough, she was like 75% back to normal right when the football games are about to start. So good to see her bouncing back. But the negatives are we hung out with her all day when she had a fever, and I'm feeling a little bit off today. And same with the wife. So see how long I last, see how far we can get through this today. But plan to do a live stream today, and I got a little cough drop. Tastes good. I like the taste of it anyways, but helps with the throat a little bit. So we'll see. I feel energy wise, I feel fine, but see how long the throat lasts and the energy lasts today. So from there, first half of the live stream, we'll cover the watch list like Bitcoin, altcoins, stocks, anything else that jumps out at us. Second half of the live stream might be a shorter live stream today. But put in your your chart requests, put in the ticker symbol, put in the asset name, put in the type of asset that it is, like crypto or stock or whatever. Some of the ticker symbols overlap, and that way we can search for it quickly and keep the live streaming. There we go. Boom. Sounds like you reposted the stream, sir. Thank you. Thomas Rediker. Thank you. You're always reposting. Appreciate that. But you haven't reposted on both apps. Sometimes you do both apps. So I'm not greedy, but just saying. What's up? What's up? Kale Laroyo. Oh man, I chopped that one up. Sorry. Sure. Pick one. Awesome. Thank you, Leo. Appreciate it. Yeah, pick one. I don't know if I have the energy to do both of them today. So we'll circle back though. Just let me know which one. Suey. This is the Bitcoin Wyckoff chart we've been watching since October 8th. This isn't in hindsight. There are so many Wyckoff charts that have Suey. You got it, Leo. Last time we looked at this, Leo, we called it Chop Suey. Good one, Jesse. Ooh, we're on fire today. Boy. Oh boy. Taught my daughter to do that a long time ago. So when I say oh boy, just like in the charts and stuff, she goes like this. Oh boy. So taught her how to cheers her water with Dada's drink. Um, it was about a month ago. She learned how to give knuckles while we were at Disneyland. I guess it was the happiest place on earth, supposedly. So, not for me, but for everyone else, I guess. And she finally decided to learn knuckles that day. That's pretty cool. She was giving high fives for a long time, but now she loves giving. She gets like obsessed with the new thing that she learns. Does that for like a month or two, and then moves on to the next. Mm, maybe we'll get into it. We'll get into it. We're warming up over here. Mm, Sorry if I'm chewing the cough drop on the mic and that was loud. So here we go. We've been, like I said, we've been watching this since October 8th. Bitcoin was at, I kept saying 123,400, but actually when I posted it was at 123,700. Ooh, even better. So 123,400 Bitcoin. We posted this chart, and there's a lot of accounts posting the Wyckoff chart in hindsight, right? It was so obvious. It's so obvious. It was Wyckoff distribution schematic one, right? And I'm not even a Wyckoff guy. I'm not even a Elliott Wave guy, right? Yes, I'll use them as ideas. I'll use them as ideas, but I'm not a Wyckoff expert, and I don't to be honest and true, I don't care to be a Wyckoff expert. Otherwise, I would have taken a deep dive on Wyckoff, and I would have taken a deep dive on Elliott Wave if I cared. If I thought it was an edge, this one, as an idea, it worked out great this time. But percentages wise, I'm not like for you know, working out in the correct direction, hitting the actual targets. I've seen a lot of Wyckoff experts when I said, for example, it was June or July 2021. The correction wasn't over yet. And I said further downside. And you had the Wyckoff expert that everyone proclaimed was the expert come onto my post and say, no, we're going up to, Bitcoin's going to increase 50% up to $30,000. And it was, or no, not 30,000. It was going to increase 30%, whatever it was. I don't know. The memory's off a little bit right now, but and I was like, no, I think there's going to be further downside. In hindsight, I was right. And then that was June. That was June 2021. And then in July 2021, there was divergences, and there was reasons why now a month later that I took a leverage long on Bitcoin at 32,300, and that was a great trade. Rode that one all the way up to like $50,000 Bitcoin with 10x leverage. So that was a top 5 trade because everyone was bearish. Everyone was bearish at that point, and I was bearish leading up into that point. And then there were signs of reversal, and rode that one up. And then September took another leverage long at 44,000. September 2021, rode that one all the way up, and I felt I was late. I gave back in unrealized gains, like, I don't know, 60,000 or more unrealized gains, but it was still a 6-figure trade from September 44,000 all the way to 61,000. And everyone's like, oh, we're going higher, I'm like, I don't know, maybe. But there's bearish divergence, and then there's, breaking a parabolic trend line that I had laid out a plan in October on a video. I did a free video on YouTube. And October 2021, I was like, if it breaks this parabolic trend line, no matter what, I'm closing my position. That was like my mental, visual, upward stop loss, right? Trailing stop loss was stay above that upward parabolic trend line, and I'll keep trying to push it. It broke down, and I was at like 61,000. I put that video out October 2021. November 2021, there was bearish divergence. And then I closed out the position at 61,000. It was 60,750 to be more accurate, but 61,000 sounds better if you round it up, $250. And easier to say, but that was a top 5 trade. Could have been top 3 if I would have not been so bullish. I was still bullish. I called out bearish divergence, and I was like, I still had a bullish lens on. I still wanted it to go to $100,000 Bitcoin. I still wanted it to go to $150,000 Bitcoin. I still wanted to see it hit $250,000 Bitcoin. I still wanted to see it hit 1 million Bitcoin. But the reality was that wasn't the case. And price was breaking down from a parabolic trend line that I had drawn out. And what I consider a parabolic trend line. And I did a video on it explaining it, all that stuff. So anyways, here we are. Let's not live in the past, Jesse. But the point of it was that, what was the point of it? I don't know. I forgot. I lost my train of thought. Like I said, not feeling it the greatest, but we'll keep going here. Fast forward, here we are on, the Wyckoff thing. Yeah, circle back to the Wyckoff. We're still looking at it. So I don't care to be a Wyckoff expert, but they can work out great as ideas. The fractal can work out great as an idea. Same with any other fractal. Same with Elliott wave, all that stuff. If you find where it aligns with the rest of my strategy, then why not stack the probabilities in your favor? So here we are, was about 40 days later. 40 days later, and we're still watching this chart. So, are we going to see a bounce in the near future? Maybe back up to 100,000. The trending dots on the daily chart, which you'll see here shortly, is at about 100,000. That kind of lines up. We are at target 4. We're not at the extremely important support that we lost at 108,200. And by the way, I talked about that way back in here, right? And I said, is this going to be the last time you can sell your Bitcoin at $110,000? And in hindsight, now we're at $93,000, $94,000, right? So could we see a bounce here? Will it continue to play out similar? Maybe. We don't have a magic crystal ball. So we'll see. But the important support was already lost on not only the daily chart, but the daily chart back on November 3rd, but also the weekly chart, right? So we're gonna show all of that. Then over here, I put this orange line out and I said, this is tiny support. And we talked about it. We covered it on the live stream. It's all there. It's all there. Hello. Welcome back. This is tiny support. And it bounced off of tiny support. Came all the way up to 107,500-ish with a wick. So expect bounces along the way. And then the tiny support didn't hold, right? There was only a couple of touch points over here, right? It wasn't this 1-year battle that was lost. It was just a multiple touch point, tiny support, tiny, right? And so here we are at target 4. Will this support hold? Maybe, but the higher time frames are rolling over. So I expect a bounce. Maybe the bounces get smaller and smaller over time. And then we revisit over here at $76,000, right? So what did we say way back when? If you start seeing daily candle closes below target 4, then the probabilities will continue to increase that we're going to go much lower. If then. So here we are. Let's come back to this chart. No, I mean, we're already here. Here's the weekly Heikin-Ashi. broke this longer term. This is on log, I think. Yeah. Higher time frame on log. So remind me to remove it. Otherwise, all my trend lines are going to look off. But we put this fractal out here more than a month ago. It was October 10th. So October 10th, I put this idea out. So October 10th, we're up here, right? And I put this idea out on October 10th, and I reposted it several times. And then we had candle closes below the trailing dots 1, 2, 3 weeks in a row. Then we had a candle close, Heikin-Ashi candle, close below this longer term upward trend. So the trend was broken and there was a sell signal, right? And that 108, 200-ish was broken, right? So you had the weekly candle close below that important support, and it closed below the trending dots for the 4th week in a row, and it closed below this upward sloping long-term trend line going all the way back to September 2023. That 2-year trend line was broken. Not yesterday, not the day before, but a couple of weeks ago. So we talked about it. We pointed it out. And fast forward 2 weeks later, and the Heikin-Ashi chart is continuing to play out in the direction of this fractal. Do I expect the fractal to play out exactly as 2021? No, I do not. Did I expect this fractal to play out exactly as this distribution schematic one? No, I did not. Has it played out very similarly? Yes. Cannot deny that. Cannot deny that. We called out the bounce here, called out this is a lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low, right? So we expect it to play out similarly. It did. We don't expect it to play out exactly, and it won't. It won't. I mean, if it does, that'd be crazy, but I don't expect it to play out exactly. Over here on this it was like a 2-month rally, right? 45 to 60 day rally, whatever it was, I can't remember. But we were attacking this bounce over here, especially in the Discord. But I was shorting ETH at that point at $3,408, and I had targets for ETH below $1,000, right? But some people attacked Bitcoin with shorts back then. But I thought there'd be a bigger percentage drop on Ethereum versus Bitcoin, and that was true. It did do that. So see if it comes down and hits target 2. That would be at 85,000. See if it comes down and hits target 3 or just shy of it. I don't know. Maybe the wicks down, right? But over here at 74,000, maybe it bounces because that was March 2024. That was April 2025. Maybe that's where it rallies and plays out similarly. But we're not there yet, right? We're not there yet. And maybe that's where the trending dots comes into play, right? So that would play out similarly to 2021. However it plays out. So if that's the trending dots trajectory, they're red. And however the price action plays out, maybe it's like, maybe this time is different, right? But similar. And maybe it's more like something like that, right? That would be probably even more difficult because it's chop, right? Chop at target 2, longer term target 2. I already hit all 4 shorter term targets, so we'll cover that too. But eventually retest the trending dots, whatever price that is, and then the next bigger move down, uh, heading into the end of quarter one, quarter two. So sorry, it's not a 5-year cycle, right? Still watching this play out. This is not the only chart. We got plenty of other higher time frame charts. So we've been covering it every single live stream. But these are just ideas of how it could unfold, right? So this is pointing out that 2021 had the bullish divergence, and we were there for it. We're pointing out that in the last bear market, Bitcoin dropped 76%, I think, ish, and hit target 5. It's been lesser to the upside and lesser to the downside. So maybe it doesn't hit target 5. Maybe it's, somewhere in between target 4 and target 5. But, it did hit target 5 last time. So we'll find out if it hits target 5 again. But there's never a guarantee. So we'll try to stay as neutral as possible. Jesse, this is so bearish. Well, the chart idea is bearish, but we'll try to remain neutral as much as possible. But that's kind of like how it would play out again, right? And I'm very confident that we'll be there for it again, right? So in the past, Bitcoin has retested the 200-week moving average, right? In the past, Bitcoin has gone below the 200-week moving average at least 30%, like 29, 30%, even in the last bear market. So 20 to 30% below that, with 15%. There's a lot of high leverage longs all the way down to like 40, 45,000. It brings you back to target 5 again. There's billions at 45,000, so possible they close out the position and or get liquidated, right? That's 3x, 5x, and 10x. So the higher leverage is what you see everyone post, which is like shorter term. Oh, it's gonna bounce, it's gonna drop, it's gonna bounce, drop every single day. That's like higher, the 10x leverage and higher. So this is lower leverage, medium leverage. So that's where we're at. Ooh, I don't know how long I'm gonna make it. Let me see. See if I get another cough drop stashed away in here. Yeah. So that's kind of, it's just what we've already seen in the past. We've already lived through it. Expect similarities on targets. I'd be surprised if we don't come down and hit the 200-week moving average. I've been surprised in the past, but I'd be, it would take time to play out, right? It would take time. This fractal idea shows it wouldn't happen for 6 months. See, December, yep. So 6 months from now, it's already been correcting for 1 month, more than 1 month. So I would expect, you know, and that would be like the capitulation, right? Now you're starting to see capitulation. It's really late. It's really late in the stage. And this is where you're going to see it all, everyone. 2022 proved this to be right and accurate. Everyone who joined the Discord back in this area, because in hindsight, I was right. And in 2022, I rolled out the Discord. This like right here, like back in here. It was the end of February, early March, and everyone wanted to short Bitcoin down here. When Bitcoin gets down here near the 55, yeah, 55,000, but gets near the 200-week moving average, my confidence to short Bitcoin decreases. It's a higher confidence up here. This is a higher confidence to short Bitcoin. My confidence decreases over here. Yes, you could still capture, 30% move, right? Which is massive. But my confidence isn't as high as, say, over here. Then everyone's shorting over here again, and my confidence continues to decrease. Then the most amount of people start wanting to short over here. And yes, you could still make some money on shorts, but I'm even less confident. And my whole viewpoint below 200-week movie average flips from shorting to, okay, looking for reversals, looking for bullish divergence, looking for, starting to position back in, not shorting, right? That's just my mindset. So over here, looking to buy. Over here, looking more like a local top. Over here, it was a local top that had signs of the bear market starting, but the bear market's always in hindsight, right? And then we were there for April 11th, posted the bullish divergence on the daily chart, followed by April 11th buy signal on the daily chart, hit all 4 targets, flipped those targets into support, and then went on to make a new all-time high. Now I'm less confident on the buys, right? Buy, less confident. Starting to get more and more confident on shorts over here, right? If this plays out similarly, this would probably be very high confidence of a short. And then once you get back down over here, less and less confidence, and then less and less confidence over time. And then we're looking for the next long after that. So try to trade with the trend. Obviously, none of this is financial advice. Obviously, this is for educational purposes only. I'm just showing you what I see in the charts. Hopefully, we have some fun along the way. But that's the weekly chart. Let's find some other charts. Take a break with the voice. is the Bitcoin futures daily chart. And remember when we were talking about it, that when there's that huge liquidation event on October 10th, right? The futures market was already closed, and that's why the futures chart only looks like it closed at 114,400, while the liquidation event came all the way down, like on Binance, like $102,000, right? Wicked right above target 3. And I talked about, and I covered it. I said when everyone was calling the bottom was in at $102,000, which has been proven that was wrong again. I said it'd be really weird, very strange, if the market bosses didn't have all the charts line up. You can't. It doesn't look good for the casino if you've got one exchange doing $102,000 and hits like 3 targets. You got another exchange that only hits 2 targets. And then you got Bitcoin futures only hitting 1 target, all at the same time. 1, 2, and 3. So that's what was happening. There was inaccuracies in the chart, and that's not good confidence for the casino. The gamblers need to see everything align. Are we the gamblers in this scenario? The market bosses are the casinos, and we're the gamblers counting cards. Market snipers are high probability card counters, is the way I would look at it. But there's a great line in one of those movies. What movie is it? The fireman was the firefighter was like, "I'm not a gambler. I'm a day trader." And my wife just cracked up, and then I cracked up. And I was like, "Oh, that's so true, right?" It was perfect. That came out in it came out in 2020. Well, it was a funny moment. It was a funny moment. But anyways, I was doing a lot of options trading back then, so that's why it was like it was super relevant at the time. But and I still do options trading, just not. I was only doing options at that time. Early 2020. Anyways, I started in the hardest. I think options is the hardest. Everyone complains about manipulation in crypto and blah blah blah. Options is the most manipulated market ever, and I started there. So battle tested, right? When I came over to crypto 10x leverage in 2020, it was way easier, way more profitable than options trading at that time, right? So strategies are similar, but keep evolving. But anyways, in hindsight, that was an accurate statement that the casino, the market bosses have now have the entire charts aligned, where prices come down all together to hit target 4. So doesn't matter what exchange or futures chart you're looking at now, it now has hit, they've all hit target 4. So will it close a small gap? Probably. Today? I don't know. Maybe. Tomorrow? Who knows? A week from now, right? But I put on there it's a small gap because it's not it gaps work great as targets, but not all gaps get filled. This is a small gap, so it's good to have it on the chart, but also it's not a 15% gap or a 10% gap or whatever. So it's not as significant. But when it aligns with target 4, then definitely another reason why we can see price come back down to this area. And this is not in hindsight. We've been talking about it. We've been covering it. So that's Bitcoin futures. Target 4 was barely hit when I wrote that on the 14th. And now we can remove that. It's fully into target 4 now. Fully. Target 3, target 4. So this is what I was talking about. This is another exchange on the 10th and came down to hit target 2. This one is Coinbase. But on Binance, it came all the way down towards target 3. Right? That's Bitstamp. Maybe I don't have Binance on. I thought I did. Oh, here is the crypto cap. Came all the way down. You can see it hit target 3. So it wasn't aligning, and it closed at right there. I don't know. That was the crypto cap, but you get my point. Came all the way down to over here. But now all of them, all the exchanges, the futures, everything is at target 4. So casino wants the charts to align. It's got to look good for the gamblers or the card counters. So that's where we're at right now. Target 4. Don't want to lose target 4. If you lose target 4, now you can see the trailing dots. This is what I was talking about earlier. The trailing dots are currently at, on this chart, flashing oversold. Can remain oversold, but it's flashing oversold. So you can see the trending dots trending downward, right? Kind of the similar trajectory. So at some point, it could do, a bounce similar to the chart shown. So if it were to like wick down, come back into the trending dots, right? Let the trending dots come back up at say 100,000, maybe higher. Who knows? I mean, it could always bounce higher. But the higher time frames are bearish, so I'm expecting all bounces to get sold off. So kind of let the trending dots catch up, let the moving averages catch up, right? But still in the downward trend. So we'll see. You just don't want, if you're a perma bull, right? You just don't want to see daily candle closes below target 4 or a weekly candle close below it, right? So that's all things to consider. Just like April 11th, let's see if we can go back in time. Where's April 11th? Oh, yeah, right here. Had bullish divergence, right? And target 4 was over here. And if you flip target 4 from resistance into support, then continue upward, right? Then continue upward. So, and that's what it did. It hit all four targets to the upside, wherever it was, right? And then flipped the resistance into support. So fast forward to today, price came all the way down, hit target 4, and if it flips the support into resistance, similar but opposite of April 11th, then see lower, right? So there you go. There you go. What else? Good afternoon, Caesar. Welcome back. Yep, just covered it. Possible. That would be like if the trajectory came down. But everyone's hoping. Oh, here we go. Everyone's hoping for an amazing bounce. Everyone. Why? Probably because they're trapped, right? Probably because they're trapped. Back over here, nice bounce. Back over here, excellent bounce. That was an excellent bounce on this chart. 12% bounce back up to 116 again. So many chances to sell back above $110,000. And I talked about that. I posted I think it was the end of October. I was like, this could be one of your last. Was it October? I think so. I have to look at the post, but could be the last time you sell your Bitcoin at 110,000, and then I think it went higher, and then back over here, and then you had so many chances to get out at $110,000 Bitcoin or higher, and then the breakdown, right? Then just keeps breaking down. We talked about back here, talked about it back over here, right? So that's where we're at. We don't have any. We still have some more charts to look at, but we don't have any affiliate sponsors or anything like that. So the only thing we do is plug our own website. So don't forget to go over to marketsniper.pro if you're interested in, when I started the recorded coaching, it was to help people as a hobby, because for 6 months people asked me to coach them. I was like, no, 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 no. I don't have time for that. And then people were telling me, hey, is this you? You charged me $1,000 for coaching, and I feel like I got scammed. I'm like, because you were scammed. It wasn't me. It was someone impersonating me. So impersonators charge people $1,000 for a scam, and I wasn't even doing coaching, right? So then I rolled out coaching for $49 a month. I was like, well, if scammers are doing it for $1,000, let me do it for $49 a month, so people don't get scammed. And I did the live coaching for 2 months, $199 a month in 2022, and I recorded all of those live coaching sessions. So what live coaching was the Magnificent Seven fellows was $199 a month for 2 months. I recorded all that. I spent probably 100 hours with them, and I recorded like 60 plus hours, probably more than that. And those are all still in the Discord. I left them there. But now the recorded coaching and the live coaching is based off of a lot of feedback and comments back in 2022, 2023, 2024, 2025. It led me down the 100% full automation path. So I'm very thankful I was very content with just manual trading myself, swing trading, right? That's how I was able to leave the mortgage and real estate business in 2021. But because of everyone pushing me to teach them what I see, I noticed that you could have the exact same strategy as myself, but then can't execute it due to not being able to block out the noise, due to emotions, blah, blah, blah. So 3.5 years later, I have over 30 trading bots built. I've released 2 so far. Sharpshooter candles 4.21, Sharpshooter RSI 3.2. And I plan to continue to roll out all of those trading bots. It's going to take some time, but I plan to. And right now it's $49 a month because we've only rolled out 2. Here are some of the screenshots. These screenshots are based off of lower time frames. So you could do day trading with it. There's probably a million different ways to set up the settings and find a profitable solution. And if you find a profitable solution with your setup, then hopefully you share with the Discord group, and so that we have a private Discord with for this within the Discord, so private channels within it, and hopefully you were to if you want to share it with me first, and I'll double check your work. Cool, direct message me, and then if you're cool with it, I'll share it with the group as well, right? So that's kind of how we've been doing it over the last year or so, is that someone direct messages me with their settings. I look it over. I say, okay, that looks really good. And then I share it, right? And then I share it with the group. But I always double check the work first. Dashboard. This is also part of the $49. I haven't even put on the features yet. I haven't even I'm sorry. I haven't even put it on the home yet, right? So it's included into the $49. I just haven't updated the website. So that's a good thing to put on my checklist this week. Add that. But yeah, so the Market Sniper dashboard. Shout out to Alex helping me out with this. I rolled out the dashboard over 2 years ago and had beta testers in there like Alex. And I charged them $1 just to make sure that the payment system was working. And then I canceled it and closed it all out and stuff like that because it was like 75% of version 1 that I wanted visually. And the coders that I hired they said it'd take a month. It was like 3 months, 2 or 3 months of back and forth, back and forth. They never delivered exactly what I wanted. And it's already better than that with Alex's help. So I appreciate Alex. And the dashboard is included to the $48 for right now. So as we continue to add more tools, that price is eventually going to go up. So I don't know when. It's gonna be a timing and a feel because honestly, I don't want 10,000 people in the Discord. So over time, like I want like-minded people. It's hard to get 10,000 like-minded people. So we have over 200 right now, but over time, we'll probably cap it or increase the prices because we're adding more tools and we want to keep the number of Discord members lower. So anyways, thank you for letting me plug it. Now back to the show. $92,000 proving that the bottom is not in still. Remember, the bottom was in on October 10th, according to the experts out there. Hold on. Let me take a break. Hold on. Below target 4. So I drew out like within this target box, there's like 3 or 4 major reasons why within this target box. So if that's the bottom of one of the major reasons why, close below that, flip it. But of course, it could close below it, right? And then bounce back up and then come back down, right? If we didn't expect fake outs along the way, then you'll always be faked out. So who knows? Who knows exactly? Ooh, did I just create a little Head and Shoulders? This Head and Shoulders is playing out in real time. Even HODL had. Let's keep going. I mean, we spent a lot of time on Bitcoin. I didn't think I'd make it this long. So we have to move on from Bitcoin, but right now it's at below $93,000. Woo-wee. Let me take a break and I'll show you the charts, but let me take a break from talking. I wish there was some better music, but this is all StreamYard has. Where is HODL? Why don't I just search for it, Jesse? It's a great idea. Oh boy. Oh boy. Yeah, even HODL had the Head and Shoulders that we talked about. Getting close. close. All the gaps getting filled. Gaps are getting filled left and right. Gapalicious. Right. Ooh, what are the miners doing? Do people even want to look? Hive? All the way back down to 200-week moving average. Oh, yeah. Back here, I was like, many people are going to be surprised once MicroStrategy goes below 200. Not the market snipers, but other people. The canary in the coal mine? Question mark. Breaking news. MicroStrategy sub 200. Bear market for 1 year. All the signs are there. Ooh. Let's see, what else? Oops. Get on the other chart. Again, close below target 4. And then there is a target 5-ish. And then there's a 200-week moving average down there. So haven't seen the candle close below yet. Trending dots are still up here. Trending downward. Oh, we just cannot. Maybe. Maybe not, right? Maybe not. Like we talked about, if it's similar to like Rose came all the way back and made new lows. Crazy. But take out this pivot point over here and I'll remove all those. Obviously, I'm not holding all go. Obviously. It's just hopeful bounce, right? A hopeful bounce that I would love to play. That's not ready yet. It's not ready. It may not be ready. Why? Because the weekly chart is bearish. Higher time frames are bearish. You get the 200-week. You get the 200-week moving average up here, but you got the trailing dots. 22 bearish, right? We've been covering it. We talked about it. XRP. We talked about it. Bearish divergence. Lower highs, lower lows. Ooh, is the bull market for Cardano in the room with us now? Been talking about it, been covering it. Once there's a downward, you might not be able to hear me with the music as good if I'm going to keep talking. Uh, the downward sloping 200-week moving average is not bullish, FYI. A downward sloping 200-week moving average is not bullish. So once it started to slope downward, we had to start rethinking about, okay, maybe it won't, like, it's upward sloping and breaking above, back test, bounce, but then could it reverse? Yes, but it's something to be cautious of, that in the near future it's going to take a lot of price movement to move it back upwards again. Then we had a weekly close below it, and it's not looking good. This is not a bullish chart. I'm not sure who needs to hear that. This is a bullish chart. Buy signal on a monthly above the trending dots, above the green trending dots. That's a bullish chart. Buy signal, good bounce. Buy signal, good bounce. Obviously, I'm not trading based off of a monthly chart, but for the overall trend of a bounce, right? Things are more aligned for that. This is not a bullish chart. So, chain link. Right? SUI. Everything we've already covered on SUI on previous live streams looks exactly the same. No change. That was a crazy pump up to $5.33. Like, even from this wick to that wick was 1,000%. And now it's been in a bear market since then, right? Not only bear market by time, but also price. 90% drop over 45 weeks. That is a bear market. BTCD, we laid this out a while back. There was a sell signal on the weekly chart a while back. Dollar, that's the weekly chart. This is the daily chart. Are we going to go up and close above the trailing dots and then get back up and hit target 2? Seems like it wants to. What else? Like 194. What else? We talked about this. Right? We covered NASDAQ, had the sell signals, had the lower highs. Bitcoin permanent bulls hoping that Bitcoin catches up to these prices. And reality is Bitcoin led the way to the downside in November 2021, and NASDAQ SP 500 followed in December and heading into January, right? Here it is again. Bitcoin led the way October 6th, and here we are again. The high was October 30th, followed by a lower high, confirmed with a lower low. Targets have been set. What else? What's the 10-year doing? I have it on the weekly chart. Who knows? A lot of gaps on Meta. 13% gap, 10% gap, 17% gap. That's a lot when the market cap is $1.5 trillion. It's just shy of a Bitcoin market cap, right? Bitcoin market cap's under 2 trillion now. So 1.5, and it's already down what, 15, 25%, right? So those are pretty big gaps. We'll see if they get filled. Got a couple small gaps over here. But that's a pretty 13%. It's partially filled, but not fully. So we'll see. We will see. No way. Oh, split. I was like, what? 90%. No way. Oh my God. Wow. If you were holding Netflix and you woke up to this, you probably give yourself a heart attack. But 90%, yeah, it was a stock split. Stock split. You know, a 10-to-1 split, they typically do that to try to like get more retail. So it was probably at 1,000. It was probably showing, I think it was 1,100, right? It was 1,100. And the stock split, now it's cheaper to get one stock. So 1,100, it's like probably looks too expensive for most retail, right? So they do stock splits and they try to get smaller retail investors in to buy, $110 stock versus 1,100. But usually happens towards the end of a move. Usually the stock split happens after price has gone parabolic. Price has made, huge moves to the upside. Right? 2 and 35% just from that move. But usually it happens towards the end, right? Because then the stock has gotten too expensive. And so, perception is reality to some. So if you get, or for most, so if you got $110, oh, that's cheap because it used to be 1,100. Let me buy now because I believe in Netflix for XYZ reasons why, right? For XYZ fundamentals, right? So there you go. 90%. Why do they do that to us? So it's actually down 9%. Okay. Marathon Digital. Ooh. Downward sloping 200-week moving average. Is this showing the way of what Bitcoin has never had a down sloping 200-week moving average ever. Marathon Digital has, but Bitcoin has not. Right? It's been up only on the 200-week moving average ever. You wouldn't want that on Bitcoin because then, maybe the 1-year bear market turns into something more, right? So who knows? Who knows? You don't want a downward sloping 200-week moving average on Bitcoin. It's never happened. You don't want it to happen because this is what happens, right? Lower. Bitfarm, downward sloping 200-week moving average. Bitfarm never made a new all-time high. Trump. Trump coin $7. Stock split, stock split, stock split, stock split. Bum, bum. What else? Oh, what was the VIX doing? Coin. Adios. Made a new all-time high, July 2025. Put it in a lower high. Gap all the way down here at 214. Mm-hmm. Oh. 167. 215. Where's the VIX? It's up here. There it is. 9%. Oh boy. Weekly chart is bullish. Had the buy right around the 200-week moving average at 19. It's pushing up. These targets are still valid. Back above target 1, most likely. Looks like it wants to retest target 2. This is the daily chart. So could be a bullish engulfing candle. Right? What else? 90%. That's crazy. Coming all the way back to the 200 again. Wild bounce, though. Nice bounce. And back. And we're back. What else? What else? NVIDIA. Apple. Mom sold here. Went lower. Then went higher. But difference is 4%. Who cares? TQQ. Gapalicious. PLTR. Also known as Palantir. I always say Palantir, but it's but it looks like Palantir. I was out golfing one day, and the gentleman who I was playing with, he seemed rich. He seemed rich, like big money rich. Lived in Newport Beach, all that stuff. So, but anyways, awesome guy, super nice. Blah blah blah. His playing partner was a retired attorney. They just seem like they weren't dressed rich at all, and that's what makes me really think that they were. But just talking to him, of course, he lived in Newport Beach, right? Uh, he just seemed like he had been making money forever, right? Forever, and still working, He was like 70. But anyways, long story short, his son-in-law was an executive, a high-level executive at Palantir, and I was like, hey, starting to look overextended. Is your son-in-law thinking about selling his shares? And he's like, yeah, he still owns a lot, but has been selling on the way up. So it's not insider information. I've never met him. I don't know what he's done. I'm just telling you what a conversation on the golf course was, right? So, and I don't know if that's true or not. I have no idea. Just telling you what conversation between two gentlemen we are having about Palantir. And I don't know how, he made it sound like he was a high executive, but anyways, what else could it go higher? Sure. Meta, DGT, triple top. Woo! Is that triple top on DJT? Should we add that? Triple top. No, we're going to the moon, Jesse. You're so bearish. It's close, but I'm gonna say those targets are still valid. I just don't feel like redrawing them. Close enough. If it wicked higher, then you have to redraw it, but it's gonna look the same no matter what. So close enough, right? Triple top? Question mark? Old targets. Old targets. We can leave that one on. The Russell has hit 1 out of 4 targets to the downside so far. So Bitcoin led the way. Russell was next, and now S&P 500 and the Nasdaq are rolling over as well. Speaking of S&P 500, Dow Jones seems to be lagging, pending sell signal for 2 days in a row, 2 trading days in a row, pending sell signal on Dow Jones daily chart. Yep. 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 Cool. All right. I think that's damn, we went a long time. I did my best. We'll do some chart requests and keep an eye on Bitcoin, but just a few. Do I have one more cough drop? Dig deep. Dig deep. Oh, I did. Found it. Oh. I'm not coughing, but it clears the throat. Covered suey. Not much to really talk about from what we've already talked about. Pass. Still trending downward. It's has bullish divergence. There could be additional bullish divergence, meaning lower prices. But the bullish divergence could have been already cleared as well. And so, it would take a lot to get the ship turned around, it seems, because daily chart is bearish, weekly chart is bearish, right? Two-week chart is bearish. Some altcoins have come all the way back to the bottom. Will it? I don't know. Right now, it's, picking bombs is just guessing right now, right? It's in a downtrend though. That is for sure. There, no bull can say it's not in a downtrend. $0.035. Yeah, no matter what the level is, me personally, I still wait for a higher probability reversal. So when the higher time frames start to flip around, then you can start looking for like a higher probability of reversal, unless you're looking for a shorter term like scalp or something like that, right? So you got like this is a 2-week chart, but 2-week chart, train dots, trajectories kind of like that. So if it finds support, however it finds support, still seems like it would take a while, right? So just by looking at higher time frames. So expect bounces along the way. It gets extended away from the training dots, but seems like it wants to come all the way back. Round trip from September 2023. And then who knows if it goes lower from there. I don't know. Girther King. It doesn't look like it. Daily chart. Daily chart would be the lowest candle close since October 2023. 1 hour chart. I mean, it's all bearish right now. So I don't see any possible reversals as of now. You'll have to chart that yourself, Leo. I just don't give financial advice. Where's a good price to buy? Maybe you're asking the wrong question, but right now, I don't buy based off of a level. I had a target for Bitcoin in 2022 down to like 16,000. I didn't buy based off of that. I waited for a higher probability of reversal, and that happened at 16,800. So I'm not concerned about what price to buy at. I'm waiting for a higher probability of a reversal to buy. Otherwise, if you're buying off of support, it's a guess. And I know a lot of traders do that. I just don't. I don't buy off of support. I wait for a higher probability of reversal, which it could find support first and then have a higher probability of reversal, like say bullish divergence, stuff like that. But not just blindly off the support alone. Because what happens if it drops below it? That's another loss. So buying off support or selling off of resistance, that could be 50-50. I need more than that. I like to think that I'm 75 to 80%. So it's not enough for me just to buy off support alone. Solana. Okay, running out of steam over here. I'm like, I know I have it on here somewhere. Oh boy. Oh, that's a 1 hour chart. I was like, oh my goodness. Oh, that's the daily chart. Oh, geez. What about Solana? New all-time high, lower high, 200-week moving average, right? So let's put on the hardcore TA over here. Seems like it wants to retest 200. Seems like it wants to retest the 200. Seems like it wants to retest 200. So that's Solana. I don't do narratives. So I don't care about the leadership team. But we can look at it. Yeah, but I could care less about the leadership team. It means nothing. I know, like, he's not my friend, but I've met him through a mutual friend like 3 times probably. CEO of a public company, was a billionaire at one time. Thought his stock was going to go, it was at like $20. I'm not going to name names, but my close friend, who's best friends with him, said he says it's going to go, it might go to like $36 or $40 or whatever. I'm like, well, the chart looks like it's going to be sold off. There's a sell signal on the daily chart, sell signal on the weekly chart. Super smart CEO, works 14 hours a day. He's hardcore. The stock is trading at $7. So my close buddy, I told him, I was like, the chart's just saying something different. So there's always a bigger fish out there, whether they are attacking you on purpose or not. If you're a CEO, it means nothing. You built the company from scratch. You built it. You started it. You think it's going to go higher. And then there's a bigger fish out there who doesn't like you or whatever. There's sell signals, and then they release news articles, and all coordinated attack. So no matter what the company does, no matter about the leadership, for me to make a business decision on trading or investing, I don't care. I just trust what I see on the charts, no matter what. The own CEO who started and built a successful corporation and took it public didn't even know where the stock was going, but the charts had sell signals. So my buddy lost a lot of money. My buddy lost, he didn't tell me exactly, but he lost at least 6 figures. So I don't care. But open, I'll look at open for you. Let's see what this thing, open door. Oh God. I've looked at open before. Bullish on the monthly chart. Let's see. So $39 is the top. Then dropped 98.64%. So at one point, with the same leadership, most likely the same company, it was at $39. And then at one point, it dropped 98% over 1 year, right? So does it matter? If it dropped 98%, does it matter about the leadership? In my opinion, and I'm not going to say humble, in my opinion, no, it does not, right? But monthly chart is currently bullish. Got the trending dots down here, right? 200-week moving average is starting to flatten out. So what could happen is, maybe it comes back in for a retest of the 200 at some point and the trending dots, and then maybe get more of a significant bounce. We'll look at other time frames too, but just wanted to make my point. And then you can kind of see the trending dots on the monthly chart. Kind of catch up like that. So, see 2-week chart. Yep. Weekly chart. Sell signal on the weekly chart lines up with this thought. Daily chart lines up with it. So you had a massive pump. That looks like a massive pump. Let's see, 1,400%. But you had a bounce high followed by a lower high over here, possibly. So, so yeah, it might just come back down, retest all of that. It is downward sloping though, it looks like. Let's see. So here, 337, 333. Yeah, it's still downward sloping, but seems like it's flattening out. Seems like you would want to retest before it made another big move, but a lot of people probably got excited on this move, and so expect retracements along the way, right? And then see what happens after that. Trace, bounce. Who knows? Possible. So that's open. I think that's about it. Let's check back in with everything. Oh, hanging in there. I'm hanging in there. So, anyways, what was I saying for a couple minutes? I said I never ever trust the news, the narratives, or the noise. I only trust what I see in the charts. That's it. It's the only way I can make business decisions is to trust what I see on the chart. So that's all you missed. With that, hope everyone has a good rest of your day. Hopefully, I'm feeling a lot better tomorrow. But we still knocked this out for like over an hour and 45 minutes. So gonna need a little break after this. So with that, hope everyone has a good rest of your day, and we'll continue to sample the markets together. Assuming that I feel equal, if not better, tomorrow, we'll be back at it again tomorrow. So with that, adios.